Hello fellas, in this short video we're going to take a quick trip to Kosovo. Let's start with a few interesting facts about this small but fascinating country. And before the start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, otherwise you're the type of dude to order pizza just for the crust, and trust me pal, nobody want to be like this. I once heard someone say, why did the philosopher move to Kosovo? He was seeking enlightenment in a land of conflict and complexity. But, is that really true? Should Kosovo be viewed in such a way? Let's check it out. Kosovo is located in the Balkans and is surrounded by Serbia, Montenegro, Albania, and North Macedonia. It has an area of around 10,887 square kilometers, which is roughly the size of the US state of Connecticut. Kosovo can fit into Switzerland around 5 times, and if you compare it to Mongolia, it would take almost 13 Kosovos to cover the same area. To be more clear, the area of Russia is approximately 17,098,242 square kilometers. Therefore, Kosovo would fit into Russia approximately 1,567 times. If Russia invite Kosovo to join their country, it's because they heard Kosovo is good at fitting in. One advantage of Kosovo's small size is that it is easier to govern and manage than a larger country. This can allow for more efficient decision-making and implementation of policies. Additionally, with a smaller population, it can be easier to provide public services such as healthcare and education to all citizens. But we will turn our attention later to the government of Kosovo. Kosovo's official language is Albanian, which is spoken by the majority of the population. Albanian is generally considered to be one of the oldest living languages in Europe, with roots that can be traced back to the Illyrian language, which was spoken in the Balkan region during the pre-Roman era. Some scholars believe that Albanian may be descended from one of the oldest branches of the Indo-European family tree, which would make it one of the oldest languages in Europe. However, more research is needed to fully understand the origins of Albanian and its place in the linguistic history of Europe. However, Serbian is also an official language, reflecting the country's complex political and ethnic history. Other minority languages include Bosnian, Turkish, and Romani. Kosovo is a region that is rich in natural resources due to its geological composition and location. One of the most important resources in Kosovo is lignite coal, which is found in large quantities in the country's mines. Kosovo has some of the largest lignite reserves in Europe, which has historically been a major source of energy for the region. Kosovo also has significant mineral deposits, including lead, zinc, nickel, and chromium. These minerals are important for various industries, such as construction and manufacturing, and have the potential to be valuable exports. Additionally, Kosovo has fertile soil and a mild climate, which make it suitable for agriculture. The region is known for its production of fruits, vegetables, and grains, as well as livestock. Overall, Kosovo's abundance of natural resources has the potential to contribute to the country's economic development and growth. However, the exploitation and management of these resources must be carefully balanced with environmental concerns and sustainable practices. The exploitation and management of these resources has been hindered by various factors, including political instability, economic challenges, and environmental concerns. One of the main obstacles to Kosovo's natural resource trade has been the lack of investment in infrastructure and technology needed to extract, process, and transport these resources to markets. The country's mining and energy sectors require significant capital investments to modernize and improve efficiency, which has been difficult to attract given the country's political and economic instability. Another challenge is the lack of political will and effective governance to manage the natural resources sector. Corruption and mismanagement have been persistent problems in Kosovo's public institutions, which has led to inefficiencies and loss of revenue. This has further hindered the development and competitiveness of the natural resource sector. Lastly, environmental concerns have become increasingly important in recent years, with many stakeholders advocating for sustainable practices and conservation of natural resources. Kosovo must balance the need for economic development with environmental protection, which requires careful planning and policy making. Overall, Kosovo has potential to develop its natural resources sector, but must address the challenges of infrastructure, governance, and environmental sustainability. Kosovo has the potential to become a very wealthy country if it effectively manages its political and economic challenges and successfully leverages its natural resources for trade and export. However, realizing this potential will require significant investments in infrastructure, technology, and governance, as well as careful planning and policy making. If Kosovo were able to effectively manage its natural resources sector, it could generate significant revenue from exports of coal, minerals, and agricultural products. This revenue could be used to invest in the country's infrastructure, education, and healthcare systems, which would help to stimulate economic growth and reduce poverty. The political situation in Kosovo is complex, with ongoing disputes between the majority Albanian population and the Serbian minority. Organized crime is also an issue that the country has been grappling with. So in that case, a small reminder: how many Kosovo politicians does it take to change a light bulb? None. They prefer to keep their citizens in the dark. A little explainer to understand this statement: the energy sector in Kosovo has suffered from years of underinvestment due to political and economic instability, which has hindered the development of new power generation capacity and upgrades to the transmission and distribution system. This has created a supply-demand gap, which means that during times of high demand, the energy system may not be able to meet the needs of consumers, leading to power outages. Corruption has been a persistent problem in Kosovo, which has undermined the country's development and progress. One of the main reasons for corruption in Kosovo is the weak rule of law and the lack of effective institutions to combat corruption. Corruption is often facilitated by a lack of transparency in decision-making, a culture of impunity, and inadequate law enforcement mechanisms. Additionally, political instability and economic challenges have created opportunities for corruption in Kosovo. The lack of a stable political environment has created space for political parties and officials to engage in corrupt practices, while the struggling economy has meant that officials are more likely to seek illicit gains to support their livelihoods. The exact amount of money that has been stolen through corruption in Kosovo is difficult to estimate. It is widely acknowledged that corruption has had a significant impact on the country's economy and has contributed to the country's high levels of poverty and unemployment. The international community has been working with Kosovo to combat corruption and strengthen the rule of law through various initiatives and programs. It is important that Kosovo continues to prioritize these efforts and takes concrete steps to address corruption and improve governance, in order to create a more prosperous and stable future for its citizens. And if you ever wondered what you get when you cross a Kosovo politician and a snake? I don't know, but it's probably corrupt and dangerous. On the other side, on the positive side, Kosovo declared independence in 2008 and has since been recognized by more than 100 countries. At the end, I recently visited Kosovo and had an amazing time. The people were friendly, the food was delicious, and the scenery was breathtaking. I highly recommend adding Kosovo to your travel bucket list. And remember, when you visit, don't be surprised if the locals offer you a cup of coffee and insist that you stay for hours. It's just the Kosovar way. Thank you for watching my video. I plan on creating more content like this in the future, as I have plenty of ideas. Do you enjoy this type of content? Is there anything you don't like about it? Tell me in the comments, don't be shy. Your support helps my channel reach a wider audience, so every like, comment, share, and subscription counts. Please also consider supporting me on other platforms, which you can find in the description of my video. Stay strong and live long.